Everyone who's played Pokemon before has probably heard of shiny Pokemon, extremely rare miscolored Pokemon that some people hunt for, myself included. But what exactly is shiny? I mean, we know shiny means a miscolored Pokemon, but what causes this miscoloration? This is the question I hope to provide an answer to in this video. Okay, let's theorize some possible explanations for this phenomenon. Personally, I was able to come up with four. The first of which is recessive traits. Second would be albinism. Third would be chimerism. And fourth would be mutations. In this video, we will be going over the possibility of the shiny phenomenon being caused by recessive traits. If we didn't split this video into more than one part, it'd be around an hour long and would be grueling to edit. So let's just go one at a time. Thank you for understanding, and let's get this show on the road. If you haven't gone through biology yet, let me give you an explanation on what recessive traits are. When an offspring is born, the parents pass down genes, and those genes are the same as the parents. But the parents have different genes than each other. This makes it so the offspring will have genetic variation, making the species more adaptable. But that's not what's important right now. Right now, we are worried about why genes can make differences in color. Well, when parents pass on their genes, they pass down two alleles. And out of those two alleles, there are two possible alleles that can be passed down: dominant alleles and recessive alleles. The difference between these two alleles is that dominant alleles overrule recessive alleles. This means if an offspring has both a dominant allele and a recessive allele, the offspring will have a dominant trait. But if the offspring has two recessive alleles, the offspring will have a recessive trait. This causes recessive traits to be rarer than dominant traits. One way to see the probability of an offspring getting a dominant or recessive trait is to use a Punnett square. The Punnett square can visualize the probability of specific traits of an offspring. A link to a video explaining Punnett squares can be found in the description of this video. Sadly, I can't go over this topic because it would drag this video out longer than I would like. But luckily, the video in the description can explain this millions of times better than I can. Anyways, let's get back on topic. Even though this explains different colored Pokemon, sadly, this theory has a lot of evidence that disproves it. First off, recessive traits are extremely common, with odds of 19 out of 100. This pales in comparison to the shiny Pokemon odds of 1 in 4,096, or 1 in 8,192 in Gen 2 through 5. Another hole in this theory can be found in the breeding mechanics of the game. First, take two shiny Pokemon that can breed, then breed them. If our theory is correct, our parents would pass down only recessive alleles, making the chances of our offspring being shiny 100%. But when our offspring is born, it's not shiny, unless you get extremely lucky and get that 1 in 4,096 chance. This would mean the shiny phenomenon is not a recessive trait. But what about legendary Pokemon? In the lore of Pokemon, legendary Pokemon are extremely rare, and in the Pokemon universe, it is unknown how to breed them. But they must still reproduce. This is proven because it is established there are multiples of legendary Pokemon. Because these legendary Pokemon are so rare in the first place, it would be understandable as to the rareness of a shiny legendary to be the same rarity of a recessive trait, because there are so little that species of Pokemon in the first place. Although, if we were looking at the math of the game, if you soft reset for a shiny legendary, the odds of it being shiny are the same as regular, but oh well. Anyways, in conclusion, shiny Pokemon cannot be a recessive trait unless shiny is just a term for miscoloration. And shiny can be caused by different things. In this case, legendary Pokemon's shiny forms could possibly be recessive traits. I hope you enjoyed this video, even if it's a little unusual for my channel. I came up with this question a while back, but I couldn't find a video or anything on this topic, so I decided I'd make my own. But anyway, if you made it this far, why not consider subscribing? This will keep you up to date on when I upload and when the next part to this video will come out. And with that said, end of video time.